he played the kind of fish out of water kid in this world pretty down to earth, to be honest.
That's a great point too, because he was never a brat. But these kids.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Sorry.
like smug, super smart, know everything kids that you get in like some movies. Like he was just like a normal kid who was like, oh, I've seen this movie. It's like, yeah, he's totally like doing this.
And then he wasn't the brat too, so you didn't have to deal. You didn't have a kid dealing with a new stepdad or stepmom.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? He's just a kid.
Yeah, he was just like a fairly normal kid.
So from a writing standpoint, that's pretty good.
One thing that was weird though is like, how did the mom not know she was sitting talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger in her kitchen?
Oh,
that was weird. Like the biggest movie star on the planet, all of a sudden Arnold Schwarzenegger is in your kitchen and be like, oh yes, I took Danny to see some pictures, and she'd be like, you are Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Like,
even if he did say, no, I'm not him. No, I get that a lot.
Like...
Oh yeah, I get that a lot. No, you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. You are one.
Yeah.
That's a good point, because even if she didn't watch movies, she probably watches enough with her kid, and you see posters everywhere.
Yeah, like you can't miss. Like at the exact time this was going on, there was like an 80-foot balloon of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Times Square, like for this premiere that was going on the next night or whatever.
And imagine the subway and all of that.
Yeah, like everywhere. It's going to be absolutely everywhere. Like, how can you not know that that's Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I never even thought about that. That's it. Yeah, they just stayed up talking all night. Why is this cop?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, from what I heard,
this cop who looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting here talking with me all night.
From what I heard from McTiernan is that McTiernan said he had 9.5 months to get it from filming, wrapped, edited. So I think from the writing phase to because he got on, then he gave the script to Shane Black, and then they got the script to William Goldman. Then they started shooting. So a 9.5 month process is kind of nothing to make.
Yeah.
So for me, I always like to look this up. Like if let's say, I don't know, Niall, you make an amazing movie called Sawblade the Vampire, and it's huge and popular, and then I see that a sequel came out a year later, I might be a little easier on it than if it came out 3 years later. Does that make sense? Because it means you're rushed into production. You didn't have as great of a script, so you got to kind of expect different things. So I guess knowing how fast this movie was greenlit, and it still makes narrative. Okay, does this movie make sense?
If you follow just the basic narrative throughput, it follows a fairly straight route. It's like kid gets ticket, kid goes into movie, villain gets ticket, villain escapes, heroes follow to real world, battle with villain, heroes injured, send him back to his own world where he's just got a flesh wound.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kid goes on an adventure. Picture. Yeah, all right. It tracks. But yeah, so the fact that it tracks and it has as many good beats as it does, from that side of things, I like it.
I think it could have been better though.
Yeah.
I think obviously, there are a lot of missteps, but at the same time, there's a lot of hidden kind of gems within it.
Is that why it's a hangover movie for you? You can just sit on the couch and maybe catch something new or remember something?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can just you sit and you'll be like, oh, that's, maybe I hadn't seen whatever movie they're like taking a little sight gag from or something. And then when I've seen that movie, I'm like, oh, that's ripping off like that thing. Or, you just kind of appreciate different things differently, depending on, your life experience. Like if you've seen
Seventh Seal.
Look now, yeah, exactly. Like Seventh Seal. I had not seen that when I first saw Last Action Hero, but I was still like, okay, I know that's supposed to be death.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Now that I know Seventh Seal.
And that was Ian McKellen as well. They had Ian McKellen playing Death. Like,
you will die a grandpa.
Awesome casting.
But wait, if Death gets pulled from Seventh Seal, that's from another world, not his current world.
Yeah.
So does he have that power in our world?
Is death universal? I don't know.
Wait, does Death go to all the different movie worlds and grab people?
Maybe.
So every
Maybe
time.
he's.
Sorry, this is just interesting, right? Does that okay? Do
Well,
all these worlds exist?
Yeah, it could be like the Discworld Death. Like he kind of does like this whole like I don't know. Have you read the Discworld books? They're awesome. Fantasy. It's written by Terry Pratchett. There are like 40 of them.
Oh.
But the best character is Death. He is hilarious. Like just so well written. But basically, yeah, Death like travels between dimensions and stuff, and has like basically a list of people he has to pick up every night, and he just kind of goes and like, right, I'm going to go to this place and collect this person, and that's his whole existence. So it could be something similar. It's basically, Death is universal.
I like that Death is Ian McKellen. You're right. I like Good Omens, by the way. That's a good.
Well, that's same writer as Discworld, actually.
Yeah. And then also
Neil
Gaiman. Yeah, Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
I bought the Blu-ray for the TV show because Neil Gaiman does a commentary on every episode, and I just like listening to his voice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow him on Twitter. He's quite good.
He said he was going to do a thing where he reads a Cheesecake Factory menu, and I would listen to that on repeat. I would just listen to him read Cheesecake Factory menu. You know Cheesecake Factory?
I know of it. I can't say I've ever been.
This has everything. There's a page for, Chinese cuisine, American cuisine, Mexican cuisine, Canadian cuisine, Australian cuisine. I don't know if it has that. But it says everything.
Crazy.
So it'll take him hours to read that menu. Oh, that'd be amazing. Like, Coors Light. Oh, my God. But hey, so what other thoughts have we... Wait, what else do we have that we haven't tackled on this? So do you have any final thoughts about this?
I think like the kind of main... It's kind of circling back to a lot of what we said is that it would have been received a lot differently if it had been released a little bit later, and that it was just a little bit ahead of its time.
Yeah, and the jokes though, I love this movie. I love it. I don't know. I don't care, Niall. This movie's weird, but I love it. No?
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
And I cut you off one more time, so we're getting used to that. It's a good trope. If you're listening, just take a drink every time I interrupt Niall. But yeah,
well, I'm doing dry January at the moment, so no drinking for me.
Oh, that's why you got that water there.
Yeah, hydrating.
How's it treating you? You're 13 days in.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, fortunately with all this lockdown, I've got nothing to do but try and watch movies and not have a glass of wine while doing it.
Well, break the habit, right? Because that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna go watch a movie and have a beer. All right, hey. So how about this? Before we get out of here, let's do a really quick 1993 draft. And you can go to Movies, Films, and Flicks to 1993 Action Movie Draft. And you go to Movies, Films, and Flicks on Facebook, and I'll set up a poll, and you'll find it, and you can vote for Niall or I. And we're going to put together 5 action movies each. So I'll let you have first pick, Niall, so you can pick the first 1993 action film that you can vote on at Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook.
I'm going to be cheeky and steal Demolition Man.
Oh.
That's my first one because I love that movie.
Yeah, you got it. All right, I'm gonna take, and we can do a wide swath of movies. It's totally fine. I'll do Cliffhanger.
All right. I'm gonna take the subject of our conversation right now, Last Action Hero.
All right.
That's my second choice.
Can I take Hot Shots Part 2?
Yeah, I think I'll allow that.
It's action, right? There's a lot of action, gunfighting, explosions, sword fights, kickboxing fights. All right. So you're next.
Yeah. I need to have a think. What else came out?
Oh gosh, there's a couple here. If you pick this one, it's all over.
Let me see.
Oh man.
Ooh, there are some good ones.
Yeah. I messed up by taking Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for.
What do you got? Hey, don't take the one I want. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna do True Romance, I think.
All right, so I'm gonna take. So it's a western, but it's also action. I'm taking Tombstone.
Oh, nice.
That's a ringer, but I love that movie. All right, so you're up.
I'll go RoboCop 3.
All right, since you do that one, I'll take Judgment Night.
Nice.
I recorded an episode with Bryce Serbrug about it, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
how is Bryce doing?
He's
Spoken
good.
to him in ages.
Yeah. So you can actually listen to Judgment Night.
Oh nice.
So your fifth one, your last one. No Jurassic Park.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I think I'm gonna go for Mr. Van Damme.
Oh, which one?
Hard Target.
Oh no. Yep, that's a smart pick. So I love The Fugitive, and I understand why Tommy Lee Jones won an Oscar, and I love In the Line of Fire. I just don't want to pick either one. Is that bad?
I don't think it's bad, but
Ooh, man, Iron Monkey.
Fugitive is awesome.
Oh, it's beautiful. All right, there's Iron Monkey that came out with Donnie Yen. The Legend 2 with Jet Li. Oh man. Oh, there's a Lorenzo Lamas movie. Hey. All right, I am gonna take. You know what? I'll just do that. I'll just do. Oh, Crime Story came out too. All right, Mark, stop talking into the thing. I'm gonna take Iron Monkey. Why not? I'll do some Donnie Yen movies.
Sweet.
All right, so you can go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. Oh gosh, Demolition Man, Last Action Hero, True Romance, RoboCop 3, and Hard Target versus Cliffhangers, Hot Shots Part 2, Tombstone, Judgment Night, and Iron Monkey. That's a funky list.
Yeah.
You know what I like about MFF is we very rarely get people just going for blatant ringer squads. It's nice.
Yeah, that's not really in the spirit of it, is it? Like, you want to like try to come up with something random rather than, or at least in my opinion, I like to come up with like some slightly more left field choices.
I want to see a listing of RoboCop 3. And that's what makes the list for me. Like, there's RoboCop 3 on there. That's odd. And I'd rather lose with a team I love than lose with a team that I tried to win with.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so, because it's more fun, I think, if you got to enjoy what you're doing. If you're just like trying to like crunch the numbers, like I'm sure you could like go through and like come up with a statistically best Metacritic liked squad that fits a certain theme, but that's your day job. Like, you don't want to be doing that for fun.
That's how I make my living. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me. This was great.
Yeah, no worries. It's been fun.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Niall Moore, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.